Yeah.
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 Hello, everyone. We are live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pop Fly Pop Shop, the comic book card shop you always wanted, you never had until right now. And today we have a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Okoye, the Nigerian nightmare, is here to instill love and fear in all of you today. And the world renowned artist, Mr. Daniel Jacob Horine, is here in the house. Fellas, how are you?
Great, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Charlie.
Absolutely. So, Daniel, can we get a look at this week's piece? Guys,
Mhm.
as you know, the Pop Fly Pop Shop has one unique design come out a week. Daniel designs it, and it's only available for that week. This week is Christian Okoye, available right now on popflypopshop.com. Christian, what did you think when you got a look at this artwork?
I liked it, man. It was awesome. I looked at it and it kind of popped in your face, you know. So I love it. Great talent.
Thank you.
What captured your imagination as a kid in Nigeria? What kind of books were you reading? Were comic books a thing? What was pop culture like?
Of course, comic books was a thing all over the world, man. We all enjoyed it, you know. I grew up poor, so of course we couldn't afford buying the comic books, but my friends had it, and I usually, borrow theirs to check out and stuff. And all kids love comic books.
Was there any superhero that stood out to you and you said, man, that guy's kind of like me?
Well, right from the day, everybody loved Batman. This
Oh,
comic book, comic book, we all loved it, and the Superman. I mean, uh, we followed that, to the T, and as much as we can get, we read and watched and all that stuff. So, yeah.
that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Daniel, walk us through the process. How did you take on the larger than life image of the Nigerian nightmare?
Well, for me, when I started the football on this project, Christian was the first player that I reached out to, and as soon as I thought football, I thought Christian Okoye, and a big part of that was as a kid, I was probably 10 years old, maybe 11 or 12, and went to a small school, 500 kids in West Covina, California. Not a lot of access to athletes at that time or that place, but we have a special guest in our school, and it's Azusa Pacific alum and Kansas City Chiefs running back Christian Okoye, and so that made such an impression on me. And I was just telling Charlie before we went on, had we never got the chance to work together, Christian Okoye would be like absolutely in my mind for the rest of my life, because he took the time to come and make a difference, and that always stuck with me. And huge, it was just huge to me. And I just couldn't wait to find you, Christian, and see if I can work with you on this project for that moment, 30 plus years ago.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for reaching out to me. I mean, I always tell people you never know the kind of impression that you will make on people. And the best and the greatest amount of things that you can do as far as getting things done is just showing up. And when you show up, it's have the work done right there. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Christian, when you were growing up, was there any athlete that you admired, or like who were your heroes?
My heroes were, of course, Michael Jackson, Muhammad Ali, Pele. Those are world known names.
Absolutely.
Uh, I wanted to be like Pele because, of course, I love soccer. Soccer was huge and still huge in Nigeria, all over the world, almost, as a matter of fact. And of course, Michael Jackson is always big. When you think about an artist, you think about Michael Jackson. Dances and, of course, the talent that he has with his family. Muhammad Ali is a different story. I mean, the man was just the best boxer in the world, and he talked the talk and he walked the walk too. So, yeah, I looked up to 3 of them, big time.
And now you have your official Thriller cover. And I'll tell you what else, guys. All those men and this man right here had some good footwork. So does that mean, are you automatically a great dancer?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I used to dance, but I can't dance anymore. Football is taking care of that, you know.
Daniel's a great dancer. Daniel's classically trained in 28 forms of dance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'd like to see that someday.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
So, Christian, when you're in Nigeria, what sports were you playing? And then how did the game of football come into your life?
Well, football wasn't in the picture at all in Nigeria. We don't have football in Nigeria. So I was a soccer guy. I played soccer, man. I can play soccer 24 hours.
What position?
I played all positions growing up. And then, of course, towards my later years, I was a defensive player. I played the right fullback. And as I grew in high school, I kind of started to grow in soccer. So I switched to track and field. And then, of course, from track and field, I started growing running. So I had to switch to throwing the discus and the shot put. And that's where I ended up. And that's what brought me to Azusa Pacific. And then my junior year in college, I switched to football. And
how did that happen? Did the coaches just seen you performing? And
no, Nigeria didn't pick me to go to the Olympics, which was my dream.
Right.
I was heavily disappointed, so I decided I'm going to do something else. And my friends have been talking to me about playing football. I didn't want to play football because I didn't know about it. And, but when I couldn't go to the Olympics, I decided, okay, I'm going to switch to football and give it a trial. And that was it.
That's really, guys, think about that. Think about pushing through. That had to be heartbreaking for you that Nigeria doesn't pick you for the Olympics. You're one of the most, prime athletes to come out of Nigeria.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things when you train all your life to be somewhere, and then all of a sudden, not your talent that kept you from it. It's just some kind of political something, and it's one of those things that you think about. You just get upset, or which I was and still I am somehow. But every time I think about it, I get disappointed. I think, hey, that's the reason why I started playing football, and football brought me where I am there. So I have to be thankful. And, sometimes mistakes are blessings, so, or missed opportunities can be a blessing too. So in my case, it was a blessing.
Absolutely. And we've all been blessed now by what you brought to the American football game. And, with that, politics can get involved in sports so many times and just ruin it, right? Politics can ruin the purity of a lot of things. But you have helped to correct a lot of injustices with the California Sports Hall of Fame. Cliff Branch, who is a good friend of both of ours, he went into this year, he's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. For decades, people have said this man and many other people, many other athletes deserve to be recognized. You founded the California Sports Hall of Fame, and you've put these people on the level that they deserve to be put on. What made you want to do that for so many others?
Because they deserve it. Cliff Branch, when you saw him play, he was a player. He played the game the way it's supposed to be played. And it was a nice guy too when you see him off the field. So when you're a great player on the field and then coming off the field and you're still an example to kids and in the society, you deserve to be in the Football Hall of Fame. And I'm glad that he's going in this year. But we put him first in California Sports Hall of Fame. And I tell you, I'm going to mention another name. Another name is Barry Bonds. We put him in 2019. And he's yet to get LB Hall of Fame. And I tell you, all the politics that go into it, nobody is innocent. Is 100% innocent. We all make mistakes. And as far as Barry Bonds is concerned, I have never seen one guy pinpoint what he did wrong. It's always speculations, So why will that speculation be used to keep him out of getting into the Hall of Fame? It's not fair. It's not fair. He say it's not fair. You know,
You guys,
they never.
Nigerian Nightmare will haunt Cooperstown, by the way.
I'm telling you, it's not fair to him. So he needs to get in. If you're not caught doing anything wrong, you shouldn't be accused.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Daniel, I got to ask you this. Through your art career, because there's a lot of kids listening, that's the athlete side, right? People tell you what you can't do, you push through. With your art, before it reached this level of fame and notoriety, were there projects that you were involved in, or was it hard to push through the ceiling in the art world?
Certainly difficult, and I think unlike, well, I was going to say, unlike professional sports, you know, there's a pretty small group of athletes that are professional athletes. With artists, there's a million of us out there. And when I started this project, there was, you know, I wasn't able to collaborate with athletes because there were a million other baseball artists and football artists that wanted to do this, you know, and so feel very fortunate to be able to have, you know, gotten to this point, and super grateful.
Well, kids, don't ever take your foot off the gas. Now, I noticed in that cover, can we see that cover? There are some Nigerian phrases on there. Christian, can you tell us what those are, how they're pronounced? And Daniel, how did you know them? How did this come about here?
Oh, yeah, okay. The one at the lower bottom that says Ajonlo means bad dreams, nightmare. That's what it means. Right there. So in my language, we have several languages in Nigeria, but that particular one is my language. Ajonlo, nightmare.
That is awesome. And then what's that say underneath nightmare up top?
Up top, audio, would that mean scary?
That is awesome.
And then
that is awesome.
And then he's saying something, that speech bubble there.
Oh yeah, I can't read that real good from here. I wish I had it on my.
Daniel, why don't you read the phrase for us?
Well, let me read you the translation for that one.
Okay.
No, I asked Christian, like, how do you say I am your nightmare? So that's what he's saying right there.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Abu Muaju Nuluji.
Better you than me, Charlie.
Yeah. Now, guys, right now you can grab this cover at popflypopshop.com, but it's only there for a week. So please, please, please. Christian, last episode we had Dick Buckus on, and then the emails come in when people see this on YouTube. Can I still get it? No, you cannot. And if you see these things on eBay, you know how much they go for. So right now is the opportunity. popflypopshop.com. Head on over there, guys, and grab your piece of history today. Christian, what's one piece of Nigerian culture that you wish we could embrace here in America?
Nigerian culture. I mean, I'll tell you, if you watch all the Nigerians that are playing in the NFL and, of course, in the NBA, we're such a hard-working people, you know, so that's the thing. We work hard. And I read somewhere that almost 75% of Black doctors in America are men.
Wow.
Yeah, 75%.
Wow,
that's insane.
Yes, that shows you. And any city that you go to in the United States, you see a Nigerian. We do everything from being doctors, engineers. So I mean, Nigeria is a big country and big people, a lot of people in it, and all over the world. And we are very, very hardworking people.
And people have put a lot of attention to detail in the things that they do. Perfectionists.
Yes.
To all the pop flyers watching right now, we always take a fan question of the week. Daniel, do you have one for us?
I think a great one that was asked of Dick Butkus last time was, if you get to choose your legacy, what do you want your legacy to be, Christian?
Well, my legacy will be one that played football the way it's supposed to play the game, and off the field, using the football blessings that I had to into the community, trying to help others. Because when I was growing up, I grew up poor, and somebody helped me out of Nigeria to come to America and go to school, go to college, and I've achieved this level of success. And we got to use it to help others. And I've always talked about, if you ever achieve any level of success, that's a blessing from God, and you have to bless others with it. So you have to help somebody somehow. So I'm using mine in my foundation to help kids.
Who would have thought the nightmare would be such a dream? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the universe sometimes.
I love it.
Wow. So, okay, let's make this the last question then. If we had to right now sit down, if we're sitting down in a Nigerian restaurant, the three of us,
Yeah.
what would you say we got to try?
Oh my goodness. Any food that you try in Nigeria is all good. The pepper soup, you gotta try. The jollof rice, you gotta try. The bitter soup, you gotta try. Okra soup, you gotta try. Egusi soup, you gotta try. The fufu with those soups, have to try those. I mean, we love goat meat and we cook it well, I mean, and the stockfish with it. I can go on and on. So now that I'm talking about it, I'm kind of like, getting
working up a hunger over there.
That's right. So you can't get me to stop talking about Nigerian food for sure.
Oh, man. Well, I hope, ladies and gentlemen, that your dreams become a reality with this once-in-a-lifetime Daniel Jacob Horine, Christian Okoye, Nigerian Nightmare piece. It's available right now on popflypopshop.com, and it is going to go quicker than Christian got through the offensive line, ladies and gentlemen. So log on today, grab it, and I hope you have a good nightmare. Christian, thank you so much for stepping into the shop.
There you go, bro. I love it.
Thank you, guys. Daniel, great job, man, on this one. You knocked it out of the park.
Thank you, Charlie, and thank you so much, Christian. I absolutely appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you, Charlie and Daniel, for having me on.
Absolutely.
Good luck to all of us. God bless.
Absolutely. Pop fly, baby. Welcome to the shop.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See you. So, Daniel.
Yeah.
Before you go,
yes,
I can't let you run out of the pop shop right now. I got to show you something. I want to see a reaction to this.
Okay.
You're one of the most creative guys that any of us here watching have ever met. Okay. I want to show you, the football world just lost the great Darryl LaMonica last week. Oakland Raiders legend, nicknamed the Mad Bomber, right? After Darryl left the Raiders, he went to the World Football League and played for a team. It was around for like 2 years, the Southern California Suns, okay? Check out these uniforms.
Whoa.
Would you expect to see these colors on a football field?
I would not, but I appreciate their confidence. I love that. It's right up my alley.
That was recreated by RoyalRetros.com, which we're going to be doing some fun fan giveaways for. So maybe, how do you see this going? Is our first fan giveaway, do we do it now, or do we do it on the Facebook? Or do we do this and put it on the Facebook? That's your call, boss.
That's a good question. Let's do it now.
Right now.
Let's do it right now.
Well, Daniel Jacob Horine, is there a cover that you can base a trivia question off of?
Oh my gosh, Charlie.
Or do you want me to pull one out of my hat?
Let's see. Okay. A baseball cover?
A baseball, yeah, because everybody in this party knows that the baseball covers and the football covers.
Okay. Gosh. On a level of 1 to 10, how difficult should this be?
Well, if it's to win a prize, well, let's say this. So, folks, if you go on RoyalRetros.com, you're going to see all the shirt selections, all the defunct teams and things like that. You're going to get to pick out a shirt of your choice off this question. So let's set the difficulty at 7.5.
7.5. Oh my
7.5.
gosh. I can't. Oh my gosh. I can't even think of a question.
Daniel.
Let's see. What Pop Fly cover was the What Pop Fly cover was the first to not feature a player? Because I like this week was not there's no team. It was the batter's eye. There's no team associated with that. And I've done other ones that are like an event. But what was the first one? Everyone's gonna go to popflypopshop.com real quick and look it up.
Who's the fastest? We'll see who's got Comcast, who's got Xfinity up in here.
Yeah, so I'll say it again. So what was the first Pop Fly print that did not feature a player?
Okay.
So
first Pop Fly print. That's kind of a tongue twister.
Wow.
The first Pop Fly print that was playerless.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? The first one to answer that correct. Do they answer it in here or on Facebook?
Well, answer here. Put it in the chat.
Okay. So whoever answers, you're going to get a prize of your choice because the Pop Fly Pop Shop loves you. I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
So before we met in person, I found the covers and I genuinely felt like, whoa, like something in my mind was like, wow, I really have always wanted this. Sports meets comics. And then when you told me the slogan of the comic book card shop you always wanted, never had, I was like, wow, that's so on point.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a favorite comic book shop you would hang out in as a kid?
Yes, it was Fun Zone in San Dimas, California, home of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
There you go.
That was the place. And the paper bags that I put them in are absolutely from that shop. I mean, they're not from that shop, but that's what I took my comic books home in from those brown paper bags from Fun Zone. And so that's
so cool.
Just like with Christian Okoye 30 years later.
Right.
Something pops up. We
Full
have
circle.
a couple guesses here, and I don't think they're correct. Someone guessed was it I Must Kill the Queen? I would say, well, that shows Reggie Jackson. So not what I'm gonna go to my own website to make sure that I'm thinking about the right thing.
I gotta ask you a question too while you're checking that. How the heck? Okay, one of my favorite things when you get a new Pop Fly cover, you get it, like the whole packaging, like you were saying, from the bag it comes into everything. You get sometimes wax wrap cards or every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just picked these up. I thought this was a pretty funny thing or pretty cool thing from 91, the Domino's quarterback cards. How do you pull that off? How do you find all these old cards?
I feel like I am single-handedly driving up the price of these things on eBay. I complain that the price is getting too high, and I feel like it's my fault. But I get these by the bushel on eBay, I have bins and bins and bins of these old things. They're twice as expensive as they were when I started this project, and even shortly before that, you could have got these for pennies. Now I think the pandemic reintroduced the hobby to a lot of guys that might have put it on the back burner. So
secondary market's flying because of you now.
I don't know. I don't know if I can take the credit for that, but I didn't help.
I think so. I think you can. Does it, as an artist, is it crazy for you to, because I'm sure a lot of the folks here in the room have gone on eBay and searched Pop Fly stuff. Has it amazed you to see the secondary market's reaction to your work? Because you talk about these things being double the price. Some of your covers, man, I've seen them going thousands of dollars. So like, what's that like to see?
It's people ask if it bothers me at all. Does it bother you that you're selling it for this much, but then people are getting 10, 20, 30 times more later? Like, no, absolutely not. I would be offended if people were trying to give it away and no one would take it. I think it's an honor. It's an honor that people would put that sort of value on it, and I'm absolutely happy to see it. But I think as an artist too, for the same reason, it's flattering, it's honoring, and it's wild. I never expected that to happen at all. And there was no correct answers, by the way, yet in the chat for that question.
What a bunch of dunces, guys! You know what? If you fail this test, this is our pop quiz of the week.
Ooh,
You like that?
gosh.
It's our pop quiz of the week, guys. What do you think about if we go quiz of the week? Does that make
Pop
it
quiz. There we go.
Pop fly pop quiz?
It writes
Love
itself.
it. And let it be known, the first time we did it, you guys flunked. Totally flunked. That's okay. That's okay. You're in your nightmares. You were scared. You weren't thinking straight.
It is early. It is early. I'll give him credit.
So pop up that cover one last time here, because we got to get one more look.
Sure.
That is so beautiful. So Daniel, when you're like, when you told me at the beginning you were getting into football, in that first conversation, you mentioned Christian Okoye. So like, I knew that, this is a childhood thing for you and stuff. Were there certain nerves attached to that when you actually attacked the cover?
I think there's always the first time jitters talking to a player, because there is like 10-year-old eyes still there is 10-year-old eyes that are still inside 40 and 50-year-olds when you talk to these athletes. Even though we're both adults now, there's an inner kid. And so talking to him for the first time is always has some amount of like nervousness. Plus, you also don't know what they're going to be like. We're at the end of the day, we're all humans, and there's different varying degrees of how we connect with other humans. And so
Right.
But reaching out to Christian Okoye, yeah, for sure, he's big to me, absolutely big to me.
Absolutely. That's an icon. It's an icon. It's one of the most colorful characters. See, the cool thing about pro sports is these guys come with larger than life, auras around them. The Nigerian nightmare. There's so much to that. So for you to actually get that, capture it, and deliver it in such a way that all us sports fans can enjoy, man, that is just a beautiful piece.
Thanks. And I appreciate that. And what I'm getting into when I get into sports is something that I didn't really realize, but it makes sense looking backwards, is that because of just the nature of contact in football, a lot of these really lend themselves to horror type covers.
Yeah.
The Maestro of Mayhem, the Nigerian Nightmare.
It's true.
So I anticipate a lot of horror mixed in with these football covers, which is fun. I love it.
That is true. That's a real. It's different, in the world of sport between the baseball and football. It's like there's so many things similar, but you're right. Football does lend itself way more to that intimidation, horror, scary. Like, it's cool.
Yeah. And baseball, it's got some of that, sure, but just not nearly as much as football.
Incredible. Well, guys, grab yours now. Head over to popflypopshop.com. This week only can you grab your Christian Okoye cover. Good luck, and I hope you land your dream piece. Daniel, seriously, another award-winning piece from you, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And people can't remember the question. They can't. They've not gotten it. The question. We'll ask it one more time and see if anyone can. Oh my gosh, someone's driving. Don't drive and type, please, Michael Palmer.
Well, if you do it, Palmer, get it right, please.
The question is, what was the first pop fly to not feature a player? And someone guessed, was it Kill the Queen? No, right. It features Reggie Jackson. Someone guessed Power Alley. That features Dale Murphy. But
nobody's gotten the answer.
Robert Cannon Geyser got it. The Code Breaker. Code Breaker.
Who got it?
Robert Cannon Geyser.
Robert Kangeyser, you, my friend, just made history. The first ever to ace a pop fly pop quiz. Please head on over, Daniel, head on over to royalretros.com. Pick out a graphic tee of your choice, any team you want. Daniel, how should we have? Should it be an email? Should they email us?
Robert Cannon Geyser, he's in the pop fly collecting community. Robert, just reach out to me and we'll get it going.
Beautiful. Robert, congratulations. We got our first winner. We have what covers this now for the NFL collection?
This is number 4.
Fourth one.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. What a series. What a series we got going here. Fourth cover's out now. Grab yours today. Guys, thank you for visiting us right here at the Pop Fly Pop Shop store. Is this a store? This is the comic shop officially?
Sure.
Thanks for stepping in, guys.
Yeah.
Thumb through some covers while you're here. But thank you for tuning into another episode. Daniel, thank you so much, man, for what you do for this community. And we'll be seeing you guys here next time.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlie. Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely. See you guys next time.
Yeah.